I know what this looks like, but before I actually begin Prime 3, I want to do more attempts of this game that has the nerve to call itself Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. I want to beat my record of 1 minute 29. I think I can if I optimize my movements more and do more damage boosting. I am not leaving unless I get 127. Realistically, I might get 128. No RNG though, so it can't be that hard. Okay. I like that the last note is sustained a little bit longer than it needs to be. Yeah, we messed that up, and that's it. This song isn't even in the the regular phone game, as far as I know. They saved it just for this. If I'm more aggressive in my damage boosting, I might be able to save a second or two. Like this. Nope. I won't do. Well, this run's void, but I want to see what happens if I do this. Yeah. I need to be able to land here and then jump. That's my theory. I know what I need to do. Because, is this the right? Now what I need to do is... Because this layout, which does not fit, contains my sound effects. I don't really feel like fixing it. The cursor's not aligned with the text. I'm not sure if that's the emulator or how it actually was. Why am I being restricted with my jumps? I have to remember that if I manage to kill the boss, I need to restart the emulator completely. Because the boss does not respawn. Every other enemy respawns, though. Actually, no, I don't like that I missed that jump. I have to land before I take the damage boost. Nope. Should have damage boosted that. How much time am I gonna allow myself to spend on this? I think that's as clean as I can hope for that section. Oh, I messed that up completely. I'm supposed to jump to the left. What is this? I'm a little bit too close. He retreats. Oh, I do have to mash. I thought you could just hold the button down here because you can in the regular game. Hey, they make you mash here. That's not good for your phone buttons. Okay. Well, now I gotta restart the emulator. Where's a good place to jump here? I was thinking on that background tile. Or I do another. That costs time. That's a time save. That's not. Oh, I can just jump over that guy. I think I just damage boost that just to make this jump easier. I should just jump the full height. Why am I not doing that? Minor time loss there. Oh, there's a... Why am I hesitating? What's wrong with me? Yeah, that's kind of funny. I don't know what it sounds like on a real phone, but I just wanted to do some attempts of this before I start my actual game that's in my stream title. Because I think I can get it down to a couple seconds below what my previous record was. I'm thinking 127 if I do more damage boosting and optimize my movements more. Only one of those things is likely to happen though. And I can't spend too much time on this. I mentioned earlier though, I don't think that song was in the full version of this phone game. It's only here, Julius's theme, where Julius is nowhere to be seen. See if a setback like that means anything. It probably will. Yeah. Uh, I like how you can't even make out Konami's logo here at 128 by 128. I should be using the 1 and 3 keys, but for some reason I'm not. I feel like I can optimize those jumps more, but I don't really feel like doing that. When it's more important to optimize these jumps. I don't want to wait for that guy. That's what caused... There's no more... They ran out of music. No, the emulator just crashed. Restart. Okay. Should just be using the restart option. If I wanted to submit this so much louder all of a sudden. If I wanted to submit this to a marathon, I would need to include more Castlevania games on mobile in the 128 format. Vibration, bro. There's just nothing here. That's fine. You don't need to know what anything else. Am I accidentally doing manipulations? Because it seemed like the skeleton spawn patterns are manipulated by whether I restart or not. I don't know what implications it has for a speedrun like this. I shouldn't have jumped. That's perfect positioning for those two. I messed it all up. Maybe going in more options manipulate stuff? I don't know. Anything goes on this platform. That's what I'm supposed to do. If I was speedrunning a Castlevania for real, that's the kind of precise movement I need to master. And that's as best as I can hope for there. What do I do here? I'm pressing the wrong keys. I didn't beat the record anyway. Just to be safe, I'll restart the emulator. I'm gonna see if going in the help menu does any manipulation. As far as I know, that kind of thing is allowed before you start your clock. Yeah, I don't want mess ups like that. Notice how this version makes you auto-fire the attack button, but the full versions don't. Yeah, that didn't help at all. I think it's just a superstition on my part. That's perfect. I messed it all up. I messed it all up here. I did save 2 seconds, but I messed it up. I could go to 125. I knew what I was doing. I pressed the wrong buttons on the way in. So that's a record. I'm not satisfied with it though. Now I know I can save it, but I feel like I got good RNG, but I also got great execution there. I need both to beat this. I gotta reset the emulator though. If so, it'll only work on the first run. Hmm. Another thing I can think of is that everything's running on a global timer, and therefore I should time my start with a specific note in the opening song. And the jump input was consumed in there. I don't like that. Wasn't sure what to do there. It was lost the first time I tripped. $125. That's where I'm gonna let the record stand. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. I don't think much more in the way of optimization will get me lower than 125 with the 0.37 at the end. Maybe 124 with better RNG, but I'll let someone else take care of that. Okay. Alright, enough of this. Play the real game now. I'll need a few minutes to set this up. Heart rate 15 BPM at rest. That's kind of low. So this game's kind of quiet.
Cryostasis shutdown complete. Vital signs stable. Activating various suit.
This game came out after Brawl.
Complete. All systems functional. Command
Actually, did it? No, Brawl was.
requesting new heading.
And Brawl was 08. Original game was 07. Okay, that's right. My control. You can tell this is a 2008 game, 2 years after the Wii came out. It's all the gesturing you gotta do to get yourself immersed in the world at 480p. 480i actually.
Galactic Federation fighters
Still
incoming transmission.
480p if you was using composite.
Unidentified vessel, please switch
Also,
to a secure radio
people talk
frequency
now.
and transmit your identity code. We are standing by.
Hail at once or be fired upon. What's my code again? Yeah, you gotta do this. Like, Samus hasn't been doing this for years at this point.
Transmission verified. Greetings, Samus. We welcome you on behalf of the Galactic Federation.
That's an 8-digit. So that's supposed to be like a one-time
Proceed to the
password.
command ship Olympus. You've been cleared for docking bay 5. Welcome back, Samus.
Use the thruster controls. You wanna tell me what these are? This one? Yeah. You have only the remote and then nunchuck to do all these things. So it's supposed to be remote upward. I'm just using WASD because they have to do a lot of work to get Prime Hack to hook to all the motion gestures. It used to be that you still needed to do workarounds. Now you don't have to. And I have been recommended to use the trilogy version specifically, not a regular corruption.
Please calibrate your weapon by shooting these targets.
This game came out 2007. You know what else came out 2007? Halo 3. This opening sequence is extremely Halo.
Samus, welcome to the flagship Olympus. Admiral Dane is waiting for you in the briefing room. I will upload the location to you now.
Also, completely different HUD. I've also been told that you don't lose anything at the beginning, unlike the first two games. So anything we start with, we keep forever. I guess it's our first time here. They don't care. You, tell me a lie.
Sorry, I'm on duty. I can't talk now.
You start with double jumping. That's making an opinion about the movement abilities you'll get. Oh yeah. scanning everything. Let's scan these guys. Morphology, the Marines. The Marines are a species. Based on the previous version. The Federation got their hands on Choso technology. Is that really a good idea? Well, it was designed by Samus herself, so no one knows how to use it except her. Which is why the player has such a time using it themselves first time they play this. They have to use the remote control, not their hands. The command visor is new, and I don't know how much they actually use it. You do have to travel between a few planets. Scan the guy. What's your story? Morphology? A guy. On one hand, I respect that they don't spare any expenses with this, but at the same time, only point of scanning all of this is if you want 100% for something that doesn't actually matter. For immersion, I guess. Even here, we need to use firepower to get around. We have no missiles, and we have no.
Have the old man nervous. Looks like he's getting ready for a full-scale invasion.
No joke. Last time this many fighters were scrambled was during the Horus Rebellion.
That was some nasty business.
I have a feeling.
You know what else came out in 2007? Half-Life 2 Episode 2.
Got a job to do here.
Welcome aboard, Samus.
Morphology, woman. Not trained, so they're the first to die. So notice that they also at the same time there's more seems to be more things to scan, but the text is shorter this time compared to 1 and 2. Scaling back. Because the first 2 games were rushed for different reasons. They're used to this. Yeah, you're the mechanics. Isn't it your job to get these things going?
Thanks, Samus.
I'm not being paid for this. This is not bounty. Actually, no. Half-Life 2 Episode 2 was 2006, year before. Oh, it was 20 years ago. And yet I didn't even finish the first Half-Life 2. Never mind Episode 1. Come to think of it, I haven't even finished Half-Life 1. I got maybe, I think halfway past, right after the military starts invading. Why is there select? 5, 6, and 7. That's silly. just put it on the screen where anyone can see it. What's OPSEC? You have to scan these things, you can't just read them. They really want you to touch things with your hands. No duplicate numbers allowed.
Access granted.
Try not to move during the procedure. We need a stable image.
the procedure.
What's your story?
Subject.
A specific guy. He's a hacker.
Clear for the command bridge.
You may proceed.
Of course.
They really care about lore.
You'll need to pull that lever toward you to enter the containment area.
Just hold down W for that entire process.
Area to begin the security scan. Initiating DNA verification.
I get the feeling they wanted to create this sequence as, what if those guys in the beginning of Super Metroid were alive?
Identified as bounty hunter Samus Aran. Preparing a biohazard scan. Please approach the scan terminal.
Disturbance in docking bay 12. Dispatching response teams.
Scan complete. No hazardous material detected. Samus, you are cleared for the command bridge.
Do all the remote stuff. You gotta know about the function of every individual terminal. You want 100%? They worked hard on these things.
I'm sorry, but this requires my full attention.
Why are we, they say you can talk with people and none of them have anything interesting to say.
Samus Aran? It's an honor to meet you.
The elevator has no lag. Imagine a game like the Stanley Parable set in space like this.
Aren't you Samus Aran? It's an honor to meet you.
Greetings, Samus.
I'm sorry, I'm on duty. I can't talk now. Can I help you?
No one's saying anything interesting. This is not
Admiral
doing
Dane's
much to
ordered
build
me to
lore.
remind you that suit maintenance and data backup should be done before the meeting. There's a recharge station at the other side of the walkway.
We'll be using it soon, I'm sure. But I'm going to be scrutinizing the presentation and everything else in this game very closely to see what changed between 3 and 4. save point is not marked on the mini map. So we're ordered to save.
You're good to go. Admiral Dane is waiting inside.
One save is required to continue the game. So I know some people like doing single segment stuff without ever saving.
Andreda, enough. Looks
She's
like
gonna turn
everyone's
traitor
here
later if she
now.
can do that.
Before I begin
That's
the
the only
briefing,
reason you'd show off a
let me
shapeshifter this early.
introduce
You'll have to fight them
242,
later.
The flagship's Aurora unit.
Ah, an organic supercomputer. Fascinating. It's my understanding that the Galactic Federation's core network is comprised of such units.
That is correct, Core. And we serve as the network's master control. However, currently the network is down.
I'm suddenly reminded of Turok 3 with these cutscenes.
That seems inefficient.
But necessary. You see, 7 days ago we discovered that all Aurora units were infected with an unknown virus.
So why do I need to manually advance this thing's dialogue but no one
We
else's?
were forced to bring the network down. Fortunately, our scientists were quickly able to devise a vaccine.
Unit 242 was the first AU to receive the vaccine. We were able to completely purge the virus.
Where did this virus come from?
We believe the virus is of space pirate origin. 4 months ago, the GFS Valhalla went missing while on a training mission in the Klar Nebula. The ship's logs revealed that they were attacked by a space pirate raiding vessel.
But why do I need to advance some of this text manually?
What is the logic in disrupting a Federation training mission?
They're pirates. How could they resist a prize like that?
That never would have happened if I'd been there.
Then it's a shame you weren't. The pirates boarded the Valhalla and gained access to the ship's Aurora unit, 313. This is how they were able to hack into the network and plant the virus.
Thanks to our security protocols, we were able to shut down the network before the damage from the virus became irreversible.
But we're still vulnerable. If the pirates decide to launch a major offensive, we'd be hard-pressed to defend ourselves. We must rid the other AUs of that virus and bring the network back online.
Got a question, Admiral. What's an AU? I haven't been briefed on this.
That's where you come in. We need you to deliver the vaccine to each of the AUs in this system. We'd also like you to investigate the pirates' activity in the area. You need to know what they're up to.
You know, in Prime 2, the pirates basically did pretty much nothing. They were victims of Dark Samus and everything else that was happening with the Ing. They are pretty much a non-entity about halfway through, and we never saw much of them again.
Combat-ready stations. Repeat. Condition red.
Sir, a space pirate attack fleet has just warped out of some sort of wormhole. They're also heading for Sector 0, the planet's home base.
No, they're targeting the planetary defense system. Get down to the planet and aid the ground troops. Stop those pirates from disabling the defense system. Go.
So, that scene is mildly infamous because if you've played the original version that came out 2 years before, it censored a cuss word. And if you didn't know, you wouldn't even notice it was there. Honestly, I don't think they were wrong too. It seems out of place in a game like this. Orders, sir.
What are you still doing here, Samus? We need you on the planet.
Still out of bounds. I have no missiles. I hope this will be enough. look at all the fighting happening outside. That's why we love to see all big guys. Pirate militia. Turret's actually kicking something. Their automated gun turns are actually on my side for once. Played these games before. What's this? Oh, we are being boarded. I shouldn't even care this much about scanning. Like the armored and wall. Why even bother with any armor if you can just bust it up with a couple of regular shots? You know how to cover dudes? How are you holding up?
Thanks for the help, Samus. The blast doors are down, so it looks like you have to find another way back to your ship.
Okay. I like how nice and large the minimap is in this game. It's kind of a problem with the first two. Yeah, that's mine, I think. I don't know what it is, but I desire it. Okay, it's just a battery. They just wanted to mess with us. Oh yeah. So, when I was playing Prime 2, I had a lot of trouble jumping because I thought I had to use more bombs to jump, but it turns out Trilogy added this, the spring ball. I could have saved myself a lot of grief if I had known about that. That was added to all 3 games. I had completely forgotten about it the entire time. Terabytes. Can I do something about this? Detonates on contact. Good thing they made this convenient conduit just for me. Re-E tank. I'm just gonna borrow it, they'll understand. Even here, not an hour in, 22 minutes in, we're in the sewers already. So that icon means scan. Maybe I'm being unreasonable when I say that I should not introduce lore and characters who speak the language of man in a game like this. But I'm just fine without it. Oh, it just launched me into space. That's one way to get me into the... But Samus can survive in space. Yeah, of course she can. It's convenient. Convenient. Splits up. We can actually see Samus' face in the reflection. Something we were able to before. We have no missiles to start with, which is kind of weird. Prime 1 and 2 both had you start with missiles, here you just don't. No explanation given for why. So I think this is like this is a couple of years or so after Prime 2? Either that or like 6 months, I'm not sure. Actually, it looks like a missile. Oh, it made a weird noise never made before. What's this? That looks like a spaceship from a shmup. Just like the military, to have to operate so many things with your guns. For the space military. Look like that.
That was too close. Thanks, Samus. The hangar is just through those doors. I'm sure the troops on the ground could use all the help they can get. There's also a recharge station over there in case you need it.
Fine. Okay, so this is the first game in which you actually got to see the inside of the ship. That means we gotta manipulate everything inside manually. Oh, we're actually gonna fight this thing with only 5 missiles. Phasite plating. Not lock on in order to hit those. Let's try another Millman, because I'm just paying attention to how this game plays and all the ways it presents its story, because I want to see how it stacks up to 4 and all the stuff I've heard about it. It only took him 18 years. But I'm running the trilogy version because I'm told it plays a little bit better than the original. I do have it. I have the Switch 2 edition. Or rather, I bought the Switch 1 edition. And I'll just use some leftover I'll use some leftover eShop credits to get the Switch 2 upgrade. I'll play it with mouse controls. But people are all just talking up, they don't like the NPCs or whatever. I'll be the judge of that. And then again, I always mentioned before, I did not like Dread, so... This game was developed by somebody else. Can they hold up what Metroid is actually about? Where are we going? Well, that's just preview footage they were looking at. I need to see the whole thing. But it's true, they should not have put that guy so close to the first actual preview. They should have made him, left him as a nasty surprise. Because frankly, I'm just really, I'm one of those people who think the series peaked with Super Metroid, almost got there again with Zero Mission. Because Super Metroid had no NPCs, Zero Mission had no NPCs, Fusion had a pseudo NPC. I just think this game's better with no storytelling. At least, no storytelling that involves reading or any words. Just whoever came up with that trailer had obviously had different priorities from the people who are going to be playing this game the most.
Our situation doesn't look good.
See, I'm not enjoying this stuff.
I
I don't need to be told these things. I'll find out for myself, man. I appreciate his going out of his way to brief me on these things, but I'm just spoiled on not having this info up front.
This cannon was our only weapon capable of taking out
Maybe I'm
ships.
just biased against voice acting in games like this.
We need you and the other hunters to get the generators back online and restore power to the cannon so it can repulse this assault.
I appreciate being given an objective right away, not being
I'm
lost.
uploading the generator coordinates to you now. Good hunting.
But at the same time, the other games did not require voice acting to do these things. But that's the story they want to tell. But I did actually play a little bit of this game on a demo kiosk in GameStop, and there are a few parts I really did not like. We'll worry about them when we get there. But look around. This is storytelling. Just looking around and seeing the war raging on. You don't need a guy to tell me that situation. What's this? I bet Metroid Prime was more Halo. This game came out the same year as Halo 3. Okay, so the infamous grapple lasso, which required nunchuck motions. Prime Hack changes all these to keyboard controls. For a while, it didn't have any way to do that cleanly, but now it does. The emulator is hacking the game in real time to make that possible. Oh yeah, you gotta do this. So to do that, you just hold W. You don't gotta press or move anything else. So while it's supposed to be more intuitive or immersive to do these things with the remote, it's also way less accessible. Nobody knew that in 2007. Accessible in the sense that if you have some kind of physical condition that precludes you doing stuff like that, too bad. It's lagging. What was the control for this? There's a keyboard key that does this. Shift. Okay. Shift key is the grapple lasso. It felt immersive at first. What's this? There's master shift key. Previous games you just shoot it open. More dead guys. I don't think there's gonna be a segment where you gotta do a lot of backtracking and deciphering cryptic clues to get a bunch of stuff. I don't know what the end game is like, but I was not warned about anything like it. What's happened here? Weapon upgrade required. Okay. This thing's a light gun enemy. You don't shoot all the things in time, you take damage. Also, the emulator is itching and I know why. Because I'm running this emulator on a hard drive, not an SSD. Energy tanks. I was warned that I should prioritize actually getting energy tanks in this game, and I know why. Lots of fun with phase-on in this. So they're handing the first few out for free. Scripted stuff. You know, come to think of it, the only Halo I put any amount of time into is Halo 2. I played some of Halo 1 multiplayer in high school. Some guys brought it over and I played it. I like the really small maps. Didn't play any Halo after 2 though. Zero damage. I don't have a good answer for why I'm carrying so much while scanning. I don't go for 100% on these. Gun hub. Sounds interesting to a certain kind of person. Me with no missiles. These guys are taking cover. This really is Halo. Also, the missiles actually look like missiles now. How are they missing? Actually, isn't as good as the last game. Four dudes. Get the shields off enemies. Should be able to rip their shield and then missile them in one motion. Kill them with the shock. Desire more missiles though. I wish I could push the guys up the abyss like that. The assist.
These pirates are more fragile than they appear. I just received word that the Federation is allowing all bounty hunters to use ship command devices. You should now be able to remotely command your ship and land it here. Don't forget to perform suit maintenance and data backup if you need. Generator A is just through those doors. While you head that way, I'll activate the generator on the west side. Between the two of us, this should be a breeze.
Thanks, dude. What's your name again? I'm using 567 for my visors. On the command icon, stop.
Data received.
some form of fast travel now. Also, we enter from the bottom instead of the top. A little more sensible. What's this? Pirates installed alphabet soup locks on the generator doors. How could they? Still, so I can get you out right back. There's a lot of things I'm being used by. Also making me use missiles an awful lot.
Samus, are you reading me? Something big is happening up here. What in the name of... Samus, it's heading right at you. That's why the pirates disabled the defense system. They intend to smash this thing into Norion. Get that cannon back online, or everyone down there is as good as dead.
Remember this part. You're on a time limit, but it doesn't show you the timer. Or they do show you a timer, but you don't lose when the timer hits 0. You lose a little bit after that. Powers.
All clear.
Yeah. What's that about?
Samus, I'm with the PED Delta Squad. My phase-on enhanced weaponry should be able to hold off any more trouble. I'll guard this area while you head on to the next generator.
PEDs, huh?
What the heck is that?
That guy said he'll do it on the west, so I don't need to go here. Here? It's all safe. Cavalry's actually doing something. Are we gonna get to do something like this?
This one has finished bothering us. Go on ahead. I will stay here and protect the area. Proceed quickly to Generator C.
And reactivate the defense system before we're all vaporized. Go on! Get out of here!
And you're conveniently blocking the way to the one I don't need to go to.
Our scans of the meteor have detected massive quantities of phasor. It could be some sort of bomb.
Who's we? White door, which was gonna come back another day. One down here. Can't find where the forward is. missing something? Everything dropped down somewhere. I don't see where. Okay, you start with the bonus team. Big character. I can't scan it either, so the answer. What am I missing? I missed this one. Was there one obvious one? It's not a tour.
The meteor will enter the planet's atmosphere soon. There is no time to lose, Samus.
Oh, it's here. Didn't realize it was behind. Beat it.
Samus, I was able to get Generator B back online. If you need any help. Here they come again.
Oh, that's too bad. Could have used that help. The shapeshifter.
Space Pirate Gray is definitely not my style. Machines aren't my thing either, so I'll let you get this generator back online. Thanks, Sammy.
Okay. They have to put a little screen on there to give you instructions. Waste of a screen, really. Why does this generator have so much more stuff to turn on? They must have built this one later.
Samus, our efforts to slow the meteor have failed. You must hurry.
Where's Tolkien? I have to use bombs here. Long way with this. You know, the longer you play the Prime games, the less that all these contrivances that are conveniently morph ball sized make. Over at the end. We're on the clock here. Still only 5 missiles. I probably might have gotten more if I was still a little bit harder. Can't even lock on. This generator tunnel is 16 kilometers. Who's gonna maintain this? Empire Strikes Back is the only one I watched in theaters. They were doing it like second run in 97 or so. I wasn't paying attention to most of it because I was only like 8 years old or so. Oh. See the little cursor? I can barely see it. The music you heard this Smash Brothers. I cannot control my cursor speed here. The map. Cannot select these mouse settings to keep my cursor speed. I could be playing this with like You think Metroid would work as a lifetime game? Where's my cursor? Can't see it. 8 kilometers to go. 8 kilometers to go, I'm only 50% done with the boss. I feel kind of House of the Dead, how I feel. Look at a weak point before I'm allowed to actually do damage. Charge shots are too slow to use. The time to boss this early is a bang. You know, this particular texture, it's reminding me of Sewer Shark. If only because I've actually watched footage of Sewer Shark lately. I don't like when they do these. They show a cutscene and Samus doing things you don't get to do. It was really bad in Dread. "16 kilometers later."
That was a little too hot for my liking. Well done, Samus. But now you owe me one. I already took care of Generator B, so I'll leave it to you to get this final generator back online. With that, we can activate the cannon. When you're done, head to the control room. I'll meet you there.
Yes, there's another question though. Was Samus better with or without speech as another RAM? The big problem with other RAM was just the directing.
Attention all personnel. Meteor impact will occur in 4 minutes.
And now we're on the clock.
Samus, all efforts to stop the meteor.
They say 4 minutes, they mean it. But it's not exactly 4 minutes, it's a little bit more than that. I remember that.
Samus, now that the defense system is back online, it remains our last chance to stop the meteor. You must get to the control tower and fire the defense cannon. We are uploading the location of the control tower to you now.
They changed the control to the map screen. You'll have time to explore the environment later. Don't get lost this time.
Meteor impact in 3 minutes.
much of it. This is not it.
You're late. We were about to leave you behind.
The meteor is approaching faster than you think.
If we don't make it to the top in time, we can kiss this planet goodbye.
Hey, relax. We're the good guys. Justice will prevail and all that stuff. Right, Samus?
They're here. Let's do this.
My camera is being restrained. Oh. Fight it, I hate it. Some hunters are getting booty busted in single shots for something I fought a game ago. Work is done, I guess. We did shoot the cannon, right? No, we didn't. We should probably get around to that. This scene's pre-rendered. So what exactly were they trying to stop this meteor? I feel asleep.
She's coming too. Can you hear me, Samus?
V has come too.
Vital signs are stable. Welcome back, Samus. You've been asleep for quite some time. A month, to be exact. We feared we'd lost you.
A space month or an Earth month?
Thanks to your great work, Norian is now safe. At the end of the battle, we found you and the other hunters all unconscious. Our medical examinations then yielded surprising results. Your bodies are now, somehow, self-generating phazon.
Yeah, this seems very Halo.
What's even stranger is that there are no negative effects to your health. This led us to investigate if we could make effective use of this phazon. During the invasion on Norian, you must have noticed some powerful troopers in new suits. They were wearing what we call phazon enhancement devices, or PEDs.
Performance
we integrated
enhancement
this
devices.
same phazon enhancement device into your armor while repairing your damaged bodysuit. Troopers wearing this device have phazon pumped to their weapons from an external backpack. This gives them an extra boost in firepower. But in your case, think about it. With this phazon coursing through your body, you can fuel the PED using your own internal energy. Pretty effective, don't you think? Why don't you try the PED now? Seal the room. Initiate PED program.
Recharging energy reserves.
Why you need to get as many energy tanks as you can. Turn this on. You need to spend energy to do it.
You must have noticed during this test that hyper mode possesses devastating power.
So this is their idea to make the hyper beam from the end of Super Metroid more usable.
Over the past month, we've learned
But
the
do it for
hard
too
way
long and you
just
die.
how powerful our enemies are. To deal with them, you'll need the firepower of the PED suit. Make good use of it. Now that you are familiar with the workings of the PED device, the Aurora Unit 242 would like to meet with you. There are many pressing matters to discuss. The AU chamber is located just off the command bridge. You'd better get going. Good luck. Oh, and one more thing. After 25 seconds, the safety feature automatically ends hyper mode. You'll have to keep paying attention.
You get 25 seconds of hyper beam. One more visor again. I wonder what it might be. They overdid it with the visors in the last game. So, did the game save after all of that? What is this? So, why exactly do we have these things here? If we abort early, we can conserve some of the life we lose. Also, life is a lot easier to come by because of it, I guess.
A pleasure to meet you, Samus. Samus, you made it. Glad to hear you're feeling better. You've been cleared to enter the AU chamber. Please proceed through these doors and up the lift. The Aurora unit is expecting you. Subject Samus Baron entering AU lift area. Security clearance 5 granted. Clearance confirmed, G5. Opening chamber vault.
So, a year or two ago, there was that remake, a remaster of Metroid Prime 1. I don't know anything about it, I keep forgetting it's there. If they were to remaster 2 and 3, they need to change a lot.
Welcome, Samus Aran. Let us begin. Time is most critical. During the attempted pirate invasion of Norian, it was confirmed that 2 nearby planets were similarly attacked. These planets are named Rio and Elysia. These Leviathans have impacted and embedded themselves deep into each planet, spreading a virulent phazon carried inside their bodies. The Leviathans must be destroyed. 2 weeks ago, we dispatched runters to Brio. Gore to Elysia, while Gandreda was sent to locate the space pirate stronghold. Like you, they were outfitted with PED devices in order to confront this new threat. We lost
How come they recovered
contact with
before I
all
did?
of them 7 days ago, and fear the worst.
They've all turned.
In their absence, we need you to travel to these planets and finish their missions. The closest planet is Brio. This will be your first objective. Please be on the lookout for any clues that might help us understand what happened to Runtus and the other hunters. Good luck.
And I bet you all 3 of them have gone renegade. Just on the fact that we've never heard from them again after this game. They had the courtesy to welcome me back to my ship after that. I don't have an objective. It really is just plugging to vaguely defined alien shape telling me what to do. It's pretty Turok 3.
Samus, the fleet is now moving to the rendezvous location. You will no longer be able to dock with us from this point forward. Rest assured, we will keep communication lines open and supply you with information when necessary. Good luck on Brio.
What does that mean? I don't get to go back? Five out of 100 things to collect. So I got 2 energy tanks, the missiles, grapple lasso, and does the PEDC count as a power pickup? I don't know what else I got. So what's the maximum on missiles then? Originally placed to greet travelers. We had 28.9 years ago. That Earth years? Or local?
Samus, the Leviathan seed is protected by an
We're being
energy
talked
shield.
to.
You will not be able to reach it with that barrier active. We need more data to determine how the shield can be disabled. You are near the wreckage of a downed Federation vessel. If you can use the satellite uplink on the ship, you may be able to access information concerning the seed. Prepare to receive the ship's coordinates now.
Something's alive in there. You ever notice how in the Metroid Prime games Just about everything goes down in more than one shot. You always have to mash to destroy anything. Forgot all about this. Come on now. Very blatant about the things you can lasso toward you. What's all this? Lore. Oh, I feel like I'm playing Metroid Prime now. Tell me what to do. Do this hard way. These are basically the result first. That's clearly a grapple point, but the grapple lasso will not help me get through that? Oh, I collect that. free crap. What is this? Give the grapple hook early too. More mobility. 'Cause, they wanted you to move the remote a lot. I think to actually use that, you had to point at something. And use the nunchuck to actually do the grappling. Do a lot of nunchuck movement for this. Get used to it. On the Wii remote, you would just jerk it upward to do that. That's the thing of so much health. They give me a lot of free stuff early on. Which is good, but it just means how hard is the later stuff gonna be if this is what they're handing out for free? like that the save points are marked in advance. So this area is not very large.
Samus, the satellite data has revealed two distinct energy signatures. They must be supplying power to the siege shield. If these targets are eliminated, the shield will be removed. We are uploading the location of each energy signature and nearby landing sites.
I think I need to freeze these things. And with that, I come back here another no. So we get the ice beam again. That's storytelling. These things must be a mini boss? Want me to use hyper I was doing just fine without it though. There is fast travel, but only between otherwise sequestered areas on the same planet. In that regard, it's just like the elevators in Super Metroid. So, that's not just a spell, that's an exhaust. Lords of Science. I'm reminded of the Justice Lords, even though it has nothing to do with this. I assume they inflate just to carry prey back to the, up to that thing. The symbiotic relationship. I am enjoying how I'm getting a lot of expansions, but at what point will the rate slow down? That's my primary concern whenever they do this. We can't even scan these things. No more for them. Old-fashioned elevator lever. overdosing. I can't get too dependent on this stuff, it's not proven. I remember doing this. You have to just eject as fast as you can. I think that's a neat mechanic, even if it is kind of annoying.
We just received very abnormal readings from your life support systems. Are you okay?
No.
As a precaution, we are downloading the diagnostic data from your suit.
What are we saying now?
Samus, we just received as a precaution, we are downloading the
Yeah, nice enough to
diagnostic
restart the
data from your
conversation if it's
suit
interrupted
to
by a
further
cutscene.
analyze the situation. We
If
will
you
contact
care.
you again if Samus, we just received as a precaution. We will contact you again.
Got anything like that? Why can't I move? Why can't I move? Is my suit melting to the floor? Go away. There's this line. Hey, I get the clue. The majority of life items now default to way more than 5 or 10. Camera's fighting me. physical stress. Need to cut away for that. I wasn't even trying for that one. Good thing I didn't spend an energy tank on this. I'll spend it on this guy instead. The neck. Probably want me to go hyper as soon as I break the Wasn't me. Okay, it's not only Halo 3, it's Mortal Kombat. I was thinking Mortal Kombat with how brown and orange this area is, because that's the color I associate with the, when did Mortal Kombat 9 come out? I think it was around this time. Dark Shamus is behind all of this again. Get Spice Beam to start with. Spice missiles. Okay, so all missiles are just spice missiles then? Destroy instant energy signature. Give me a second. That'll help us craft. In case you forgot what it was you were doing. Wasn't there something in Wind Waker kind of like this? I think you know who to blame for that one. I thought I got stung by the scanner. Okay. Meldium.
Clearly, this is the source of the energy signature you detected. This generator is supplying power to the Leviathan's protective shield. You will be unable to destroy the generator with your current weapons. You must find a weapon capable of penetrating the generator's heavy armor.
Are you gonna help me like last time? Why is that so loud? I notice they don't have the warning meter anymore. Ice Beam in Prime 1 is really awful. I think Ice Missiles are a good compromise. But this does mean now that Ice Beam is limited. So Shades of Prime 2 in there too. home, back home. Something fun up there. How do I get up there? Maybe I gotta come back later. When I can lock things. I didn't find a new E-tank in here though. That's a cool. This guy means business. That's the answer to everything in this game.
We have
Just pull it.
discovered a Federation landing site on Brio. You may
Cool.
be able to use this facility to upgrade your ship. We are sending the coordinates to you now.
I can turn this thing off for some reason. Do I want to? Oh, nice. Okay. So that's for Valdemar to be posted up on my ship. And I can't proceed until I get it. How do I get over here then? Okay. Well, something has come up. I gotta pick this up another day. Don't know if I can play tomorrow, but I'll see. Thanks for watching. Need to publish that world record I got earlier. I don't need to do this. I need to come back here later. Enough of me.